If you use this weapon, you are throwing, and I'll explain why. Hello YouTube, this is JWalkerDM, and I am going to be doing an arcraider weapon tier list, guns that actually wins fights. This tier list will be purely based on actual wins in fights, so these will be ranked on survivability, time to kill, ammo efficiency, or how forgiving these weapons are when things go wrong. If you are specifically PvP based, then this video is for you, so let's get started. A quick rundown is how I'll be ranking, which is through D, C, B, A, and S tier. Obviously D being the worst guns that you could run, and S being the best going up. I will be saying the guns in no real particular order in each category. So if I say a gun is in C tier and I say one gun and then I say another, they could go either or, so one is not above the other, they're just in the same category. So I hope that clarifies it, and we're going to start off with the first section. Coming up first in D tier is the hairpin. The hairpin is just straight up bait. It is true that it's cheap, easy to find, but the flaws being it has a horrible TTK, it offers no late game value, and if you bring this past early game, you're literally handicapping yourself. There are just way better guns that do a similar thing that the hairpin does for a similar price of crafting materials, so there's no reason to use this gun. Next we have the Rattler. The Rattler is the definition of unreliable. This weapon punishes mistakes harder than any other gun. It does have good fast fire rate. It is pretty easy to control, but it has terrible damage. It burns through ammo quickly, and it's just really tricky against multiple targets since the long reload. You'll be hit first, land more shots, and still lose. This gun is just not a good gun to run in any situation. There are plenty of better guns to run. Now we have the Apache. This gun is so bad that I physically couldn't even get content of me killing people with it. It may be a skill issue, but listen, the Apache, it sounds good on paper. It's a medium ammo gun, but in practice it is terrible. If you win with this, the enemy messed up. It's not because of the gun. It has decent range, it has decent recoil, but the low damage output makes for a terrible TTK. It loses every close range fight versus damn near every gun in the game, and it really doesn't really punish the enemy as hard. You can't apply too much pressure since the gun is a burst fire gun, so you only get a small window to use this gun, and this is why it is in D tier. Next up is C tier, situational guns, and firstly we have the Osprey. The Osprey wants to be such a good gun so badly, but it just fails at reaching those expectations. If you miss one shot and give away your location, you're probably going to get pushed and probably going to die. It does have good accuracy and a solid feel when actually hitting those shots, but the trade-off being it has pretty low damage and it falls off hard late game against other stronger, better guns. And if you don't upgrade this gun quickly, it becomes pretty much dead weight in your inventory. It has little to no value versus any other actual better guns that will come up on this list, and that's why it is placed here. Next we have the Bonetta. The Bonetta is usable, but not by a lot. It has decent mid-range control, it has consistent damage, but it's outclassed by almost every weapon in the game. In a 1v1 scenario, close range, you're almost always going to lose. You're not winning fights, you're simply just going to survive them with this gun. This gun has heavy ammo, but it doesn't hit the same as other heavy ammo guns. Next we have B tier, the Pharaoh. Pharaoh is consistent, but I feel like people often overrate this weapon because it feels so damn good to hit those nasty shots. It has pretty balanced stats, it has reliable DPS, but it just doesn't excel anywhere in particular. There are plenty of other guns that do what the Pharaoh does, but a little bit better and for multiple scenarios, unlike the Pharaoh. It gets pretty much outscaled by a lot of variety of weapons, but it is still a very reliable and almost amazing gun. It has great fallback potential and is really just good for lowering enemies and then going in for a finishing kill. This gun definitely deserves its ranking, but I can see why people would place it a little higher. So for that, I'll just put it in B tier. Next up we have the Beretta. People swear by this. They die in the hill saying that this gun is good, but I simply just don't see the results when using this gun. There are many other guns that do similar things, but the Benetta does have high burst damage. It's really good pressure, great backup weapon, but it really has pretty punishing recoil and requires aim discipline. You have to really land your shots and be patient to make this gun do any type of work. The Torrente is a dependable, good, close to mid-range weapon, but the playstyle kind of rewards a sitting duck mentality. It does have really strong up-close capabilities, but you kind of have to wait to get pushed. It's really not that good for clutching up or making any kind of loop around plays because you kind of have to sit there. It is just fine, but never really insane. That makes me want to put it higher above other weapons. Next up, we have the A category. These are weapons that are very strong, and first we have the Stitcher. The Stitcher is just insanely strong. It is really good. It is not insanely flashy, it's just effective. It has a really fast time to kill, constant DPS. You could reload it fast, you could take control. The only problem with it is sometimes you're gonna have a little trouble with the long range fights, but still it always wins fights whenever you have to draw it out. It is a shield cracker demolisher. This gun will win you fights like 70% of the time if you play it to the best it can be played. This gun deserves to be up here. Next up, we have the Kettle. The Kettle is really scary in good hands. It rewards a good playstyle, good aim, and good clicking speed. This weapon is strong but not broken. With the recent updates, it has nerfed auto clickers and macro users, stuff like that, so it definitely is more balanced. It has super insane burst potential, great follow-up damage, but it just requires that precision and aim, and you can be vulnerable if you get rushed. So that's why I'm placing it not all the way in S tier but in A tier. I think this is a really good fit for such a good and scary gun. Now we have the Venator. The Venator is just pure pressure. This gun is insane up close. This gun was so insane they had to nerf it. Even with the recent nerfs, or well, a little bit ago they nerfed it, it is still consistently putting down enemies at every step of the way. It has great range. It absolutely shreds armor. It just has a little low handling and is not too forgiving if you're missing your shots. But if you could actually hit those shots, you will destroy people up close and at a decent range. This gun is so good. I'd highly recommend picking this gun up. It's so good. Next up, we have the Renegade. The Renegade is insane at winning fights at mid to long range. It has very good damage. It has really good fast firing rates. The short effective range is insane, but it does require positioning. You want to be able to position yourself to land those shots that will make the wins for you. If you're in a building with this gun, it gets a little trickier. You're going to want to hold corners with this gun, but that's the thing about this. There's such versatility to this gun on how you could play it that it makes this gun excel in a lot of different ways, and that's why I'm ranking it all the way up here. The next up is the Tempest. The Tempest is a really good gun. If you like winning your fights, surviving, absolutely dominating, this is your gun. It has insane accuracy. It's insane at all ranges. Close and long range, it has the capability to take down enemies from any distance. The flaws is it can be a little weak if you're up close, super up close, like versus a shotgun maybe. And it is pretty ammo hungry. You're going to be reloading a decent amount in a long fight, right? But if you play smart and actually land your shots, this gun absolutely carries any raid, and this is definitely a pickup if you have the resource to craft it. Last but not least is the S tier category, and first up I have the Toro. The Toro is just insane. I personally say this is the best gun in this game. The Toro is one of the best all-around weapons, and this wins fights you shouldn't even be winning. It is very strong in probably every situation besides obviously long range. It is very forgiving. You can miss a shot but bounce right back, and it scales hugely into the late game, being able to shred medium to heavy armor easily. The only flaws to this gun is that everyone is using it, so you're always going to be finding shotgun up close, and you're obviously going to have to practice to really get good to outperform other people that are using the same exact weapon as you. So I would highly recommend using this weapon with every loadout. This weapon really does make the difference. But next up, we have the anvil. To not many people's surprise, the anvil is just pure strength. It turns bad situations into survivable ones. It has insanely high damage per shot, insane range. I've been shot by this gun on Blue Gate from across the entire map, and it still melts me. It just punishes hugely if you have bad aim. So if you have bad aim, this gun may not be your forte, but if you really could hit your shots, you will win every fight you take with this gun. Another gun on this list that kind of goes hand in hand with the Toro shotgun is the Volcano. It's pretty much a auto-firing Toro, which even itself, just saying that, is insane. The Volcano absolutely deletes people from even like a kind of mid-range. If you lose with this gun, that's on you. This gun does massive damage. It melts armor. The only flaws, it has a decently slow reload, and you actually have to play confident with this gun. You cannot just wait for the gun to do it for you. You have to make those plays. Last but not least, we have the Bobcat. To no one's surprise, the Bobcat is stupid strong. If I had to bet my raid on one weapon, this is it. It has one of the fastest TTKs in the entire game. It is simple and easy to use, and it absolutely dominates in close range. There are basically no flaws you could have with this gun. If you find this, you are favored to win in any fight you take. The close range and mid-range capabilities of this gun is off the charts. This gun is definitely a curve stomper. If you have made it to the end, then thank you. Please do consider subscribing for more arcraiders content and clips. And if I, in this video, placed your favorite weapon lower than expected, leave a comment and explain why you think it should be higher. But goodbye.